Good morning. Friday, April 7th, day 22. I don't know whether you can see it or not. I'm at the hostel. But there is sleet and hail and rain bouncing off the roof right here because the weather took an atrocious turn for the worse. Up in the mountains, it's like 26 degrees with snow and rain and sleet. And it's supposed to be like this all day today and maybe tomorrow. So we decided to go to a hostel and spend the night. Now it's turning to mostly snow, if you can see it. So, won't be a lot going on today. Hey everybody, that's it for today. I think it was like April 7th, Friday, day 22. A much needed zero days are rest days. And for me, usually about every 4 or 5 days, the body starts getting a little bit beat down and you're not eating exactly the way you're supposed to on the trail. So you haul your butt into town and you let your hiker hunger kick in. That means you eat twice as much as you normally do. You kind of rejuvenate your body nutritionally. You give your muscles a break. You give your muscles a break. You let them relax for a day. You get the comforts of sleeping in a bed, staying here at the hostel, and Allison, who runs hostels, doing a fantastic job. I even have a Garfield pillow. Good morning, everybody. Monday, April 10th, day 25. Back on the trail after 2 days off for severe freeze warnings and bad weather. Chomping at the bit here. I'm leaving Lewis Mountain Campground, which is mile 916, and we'll see how far our legs will take us today. We feel fresh, rejuvenated, resupplied, and ready to go. A whole bunch of rock cliffs all the way along the top of this mountain, and luckily we don't have to climb up those. We just climb around. Not a lot to take pictures of yet today. Sorry. Oh, still not a lot to see out here today, but I thought I'd take a moment just to show you that sometimes the trail is rocky, steep, straight down, straight up, full of roots. And then there's days like this where it's just a beautiful stroll in the park with some gradual ups, some gradual downs. I thought I'd talk a little bit about a day in the life of a hiker. You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you get a bite to eat, and you check your weather, and you check your weather again, and then you look at your map, try to figure out how much elevation you're going to climb for the day, and then you check your map and you figure out where you have water for the day, and then you set 3 goals. You set your minimum, you set your average, and you set your maximum. You don't know if you're going to encounter a section of the trail that's really a lot of rock scrambling or not. So that's why you always set 3 goals. And then you check the weather again, because the weather changes so much on the mountain. So you can't just check the current weather. You have to check for 4 hours out, for 8 hours out, and for the evening. Just the last 2 evenings have been a perfect example. It's been beautiful hiking weather during the day, but there's a severe freeze warnings down in Luray where I stayed. Got down to 28. Well, you add or you subtract about 2 to 3 degrees for every 1,000 feet of elevation here in the mountains. So if I'm up 3,000 feet, you subtract another 6 degrees, so that would make it about 22. And then if the winds are blowing, that makes it even colder. And basically my tent is a piece of plastic with mosquito netting in it. And to be camping in underneath a piece of plastic at 18 degrees just doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me. And I don't have to do it, so I don't do it. And the ground is still pretty cold. And you blow your air mattress up, and it's full of hot air from your breath or from the air around you. And you wake up in the middle of the night and your air mattress is half deflated because the ground is so cold that it sucks all the heat out of the air in your air mattress, and you wonder why you're really cold. You're actually laying on the frozen ground. So then I stop probably about every 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and snack, get a bite to eat. I don't eat big meals on the trail. My body seems to work better if I snack. It's the same way at home. I don't eat a lot of big meals, but I love to snack. And get a pack break. Just get the pack off your back for 20 minutes or a half an hour. Really seems to help. And then you just kind of course your way through the day. You always look at not just how much elevation you're going to be climbing, but the percentage of incline. If it's a really steep up, your pace is going to be a lot slower. My normal pace for something like I'm doing today is just a hair over 2 miles an hour. A normal pace for 3,000 feet of elevation in a day is about 1.8. So I can count on about, and my total distance average in a day is between 10 and 15. So I can count on an average of about 8 miles hiking, and then with my 4 stops, that's a 9.5 or 10-hour day. And usually roll into camp between 3:30 and 6 o'clock and get camp set up. Eat whatever I'm going to eat for the rest of the day. Hang my bear bag, crawl into my tent, and 8 o'clock is about when it gets dark out here. 8 o'clock is called hiker midnight. Everybody's to bed. And then your following day starts just before you go to bed. You do one last check of the weather for the following day, and you do one last check of your route for the following day. So it's just a never-ending cycle. You do have responsibilities. As long as you check all the boxes every day, you'll be very successful. There's not a lot of responsibility. Your biggest responsibility is just get out and walk. And been out here almost a month. I got my trail legs, so everything's getting a whole lot easier. The cardio is getting great. I just have to make sure that I eat and and drink enough, and I can't help but be very successful. The hardest part, one of the hardest parts of my day is it's so beautiful out here everywhere, every step you take. It's so beautiful that I have a hard time trying to figure out where and when to stop and take pictures for you guys, because after 900 miles, it gets kind of redundant. It never gets old, but I feel like I'm just taking the same pictures over and over and over, and you guys aren't seeing it every day, all day long. So I can understand you want to see more. So I try to make it a point to, when I can, take some pictures of the stuff that's a little bit better than ordinary. And I'm not very good at it. I'll be the first to admit that. But I'm trying. And if there's anything that's anything close out of the ordinary, you can rest assured that I will take a picture of it. So that's my spiel for today. I try to help you out a little bit and understand what it's like on the trail for a normal day for planting. Maybe the next time we have a day like this, I'll go into some of the foods I eat and other processes on the trail. Okay, there's a cemetery here on top of this mountain. And I found out through the grapevine that back when the CCC bought all this territory to make this a national park, all these people sold their rights to their land. They didn't have much choice, but a stipulation as far as cemeteries and graveyards go, if your family owned this land for endless generations to come, if you want to be buried next to your loved ones who are buried in these cemeteries, you have the right to be buried up here because your family had ownership of land before the government came in. Just thought I would pass that on. All right, we made it to Big Meadows store, campground, visitor center. This is the halfway point in the Shenandoahs. This is where we're stopping for lunch today, and we're going to take a break. And it's about 12:30, and they have gas here, but it's not quite open yet. It's about 12:30, and we have a little bit more than 8 miles in today so far. Morning shot of the day. You want to be in my video? Sure. Okay. This little girl says I am her favorite AT hiker ever. You know why? Because I'm the only one. What is your name, sweetie?
Kylotti.
Oh, there we go. And this is Mom?
This is Grandmother.
And Grandma and Grandpa?
Yeah. And Mom.
Yeah, and they were out hiking.
That's my step.
She was really curious about AT hikers. She heard myths that they were like old and grumpy. So I had to take care of that. You got a beautiful smile, sweetie. So I just thought I would put you in my video. Have a good day. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for today. Started at 9:18, Lewis Mountain Campground, and finished at 9:30.4, 12.4 miles. Not as much as I wanted to get today, but I'll take it. Anything over 10 is a plus. Had a good day. It's good to be back on the trail. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the morning. Night. Morning, everybody. April 11th, day 26, Tuesday. Up early this morning. The sun is just coming up over the edge of the mountains. Hoping to get some bigger miles in today. Not a lot to take pictures of, but we'll keep you attuned if we do later. There, we got a view for you. That ridge line there is the one we've been following all the way up and along, and then it came down around to here, and then we'll be going here and up around over that one, and then whatever is beyond. Sitting here at Skyline having breakfast, and this is the view from the restaurant, and this is the restaurant. Skyline's a big resort, one of the waysides here in the Shenandoahs. Mile 935. 35 more miles to go and I'm out of the Shenandoahs. So I should make it in 2 days. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Morning shot of the day. The second money shot of the day. This is Bird's Nest Hut number 3. We are stopping here for a... There's the pretty. There's a shelter. There's a picnic table. We're stopping here for a pack break. I don't think we're going to stay here tonight. Mary's Rock. If you look closely, right there in the middle, there's a big heart. Not man-made. And this is the bottom. Mary's Rock. Okay, everybody, that's going to do it for today. Started at 9:30.2 and finished at 9:44.6. 14.3 mile day. Not bad. It was a crazy day. It was a crazy day. But we survived it. We'll get some sleep. Get up. And do it all over again tomorrow. That's what it's all about. I hope you all have a good night. Bye. Wednesday, April 12th, day 27. Yesterday ended up quite crazy, and I never really said anything, but let me show you something. That mountain is made of nothing but rocks. 2,200 feet, and we had to rock scramble it. And it took me 3 hours to go 3 miles. That's how I ended up today. So that's what I was talking about last night when I said it was crazy. So we are starting out today 944.4. We'll see what today holds in store. Okay. Just finished my one and only big climb for the day. Yesterday was the pinnacle of the Shenandoah Mountains. We're getting close to the northern border, so they are dissipating. The mountains are getting smaller. I would say today we're at about 2,400 feet. We're going to go up and down a couple hundred feet all day, but nothing big up, nothing big down. And we're getting close to the northern boundary of the park. We have about 25 miles to go, and we will be out of the Shenandoah Range and on to new things. So just thought I'd give you a shot of what the trail is like here up on top of the last range. Just before I climbed up, I stopped for breakfast. I had a double chicken tortilla with some mustard, a chunk of string cheese, and a Snickers bar. Delicious. Today, in another 6 miles, I have to take my time here. I'm filming and rock scrambling a bit. In another 6 miles, we will be at Elk Swallow, which is another one of those waysides. They have a big store there and a grill, but the grill isn't going to be open for another couple weeks, but we will resupply at the store. I'm going to have to put this away. This is getting a little bit too technical. Elk Swallow wayside. Bathrooms, picnic area, and most importantly, a camp store. Stopped here for lunch, pigged out, took a break for about an hour and a half in the shade because it was up to 85 today. And now we got about 4 more miles of hiking to do to finish our day. One last money shot as the sun starts to go down. That's going to do it for today. The sun's going down. I'm tired. Started out at 9:44 and ended up at 9:56.4. 12 miles. Have a good night.